coming up next, it is the BMW Car Club Racing Championship, the first of two races today for these cars. It's rounds 7 and 8 of the championship. 20 minutes of racing ahead for the BMW Car Club Racing Championship. Round 7 of the season about to get underway because the red lights are on and they go out and away we go, and it's a pretty good start from Niall Bradley on pole position there. Then it's Graham Crowhurst in the red and blue car trying to tuck into second position. Paul Cook has made a pretty good start. He's got ahead of Mike Cutt and up into third position in his E46. It's an E36 for Mike Cutt.
But up front it is Niall Bradley who leads up into McLean's for the first time, but under great pressure from Graham Crowhurst.
Is that
not going to last
engine
very long.
Or is it?
No, he's pulling off.
Is it a tyre? Possibly. Meanwhile, watch Lee Pearcey. He has got ahead of Shrikart and he has now got ahead of Clive Watson as well. So that puts him up into 7th place now, I think. Two cars side by side coming down into Redgate corner. This is a good scrap for position. That's just ahead of Cavan Grange. So I think that was probably Bill Redrop and Andy Wynne disputing 13th and 14th position in their 330 CIs.
Niall Bradley under pressure from Graham Crowhurst, and there's Bradley on the inside.
Yes.
Just there, and there's Crowhurst on the outside. They've gone each side of the RIR car, the Rutec car.
Quite a disparity between the cars at the front and at the rear of the grid. So it is Crowhurst that's got the lead out of all of that. They're all trying to squeeze their way around the back markers. There is a little bit of contact there. That's involving the back markers in particular. 16 was involved, and that's the 41-year-old from Chesham, and he does. Larry goes through at Coppice Corner.
Gets him back. Larry, no, he loses out going through the chicane. 37's gone with him. The busy removal car, which is
it's Cavan
Granger, isn't it?
Yeah. Sarge Shahari as they head through the Craner curve down towards the old hairpin. So a good scrap this.
Michael Cutt, though, probably won't be able to get him into the chicane. And Michael Cutt goes straight off down the escape road.
Yeah, he's gone off through Fogarty's there. He's off onto the Grand Prix loop. So I would imagine a braking issue there for Michael Cutt. So it's going to be Niall Bradley coming through then to take victory once again in the BMW Car Club Racing Championship. That's 3 on the trot now to add to his 2 successes at Brands Hatch last time out. It's Graham Crowhurst through in second position, and it's a long gap back to the car that's third. So we'll have some of the cars in the minor places coming through, including Lee Pearcey.
So we're down here waiting for our next race, our next BMW race here at Donington Park, the second race of the day for the BMW Car Club Racing Championship. Let's see if we can catch up with some of the drivers as they assemble here on the grid. A great looking grid of BMWs. Graham Crowhurst here on the front row of the grid. Let's see if we can catch up with Graham. Graham, P2 earlier on, that a real battle you had with Niall?
Yeah, really good, really enjoyed that. I thought Niall would be a bit up the road from me after the gap in qualifying, but just tried to get my head down. Always helps having someone to chase. So glad. I'm ashamed I didn't beat him, but it was nice to be close.
Red lights go on then. About to go racing. Longish hold, but they go out now, and Crowhurst gets away quite well from the front of the grid. It's David Kempton in the number 11 car, the E36 M3 3.2 Evo, that's slotting into second place. It looks like Ronan Bradley is going to move into third position as the cars come through Redgate corner for the first time. It's Dan Harborough that's made the best of the starts in Class 6 by the looks of it, and he's ahead of Lee Pearcey and Jim Benson, who are side by side for the moment as they come through the Craners.
Yeah, Harborough and that lighter E30 being attacked on either side now, coming down. They're 3 abreast going into the old hairpin, and that is absolutely fantastic. We've got Pearcey over the curves on the outside, just narrowly avoided the gravel.
And here he is trying to make up another position. This is Jim Benson, so this is going to be for 4th place overall. He's already up to second within the M1 class, and it's Benson ahead of Pearcey for the moment in the battle for the Class 6 lead, but Benson goes wide there and he concedes the lead in Class 6 to Lee Pearcey now, who goes through to take 5th place overall. The 16 car has come to a stop. That's Andy Wynn's E46 330Ci, and it's got damage, hasn't it, Marcus?
Yeah, severe corner. That was Mark Colmer. down the inside. That's great, gained himself a place. Moves him up to 8th place at the expense of Adam Reed. That's down the inside, he's the squeeze. He's got through on the apex, has he? No, I haven't taken enough momentum. Oh, there's Dan Harborough's BMW E30, unfortunately out of the race. There's 27 off at the side of the track as well.
Oh, and off the circuit goes number 70 for a spin. That is Philip White from 18th position, so it's going to be victory in round 8 of the BMW Car Club Racing Championship of 2022. Takes the checker flag then, weaves around, I think in celebration rather than anything else. Benson goes through as well, so he's there a lap down, effectively 5th position overall and 2nd in Class 6. So we can see the cars here preparing themselves for the final race action of this 750 Motor Club and BMW Sommerfest weekend, the ultimate BMW race, a special one-off race open to any BMW to mark this special occasion. Coming out of the final corner, red lights are on the gantry. When the lights go out, the race will get underway for the final time here today at Donington Park, and they go out and the race gets underway. Then good start by Kevin Clark from pole position, but it looks like Jack Smith made a very good start as well, his first race start, and is getting into the lead of the race, although he's a little bit wide there on the exit of the first corner. This will be quite an experience for him, racing against a very experienced driver in the form of Kevin Clark as they turn their way through the Craner curves. He tries to stay with Kevin Clark, but he can't quite make it work, and they turn through the old hairpin with Kevin Clark leading, Jack Smith in second. It looks like Niall Bradley is in 3rd position at the moment in the relay effort with Graham Crowhurst. So we've got the Paul Cook car there now up into 5th position at the expense of Stoke Owen's Hindhoff. 14 car, the 235i, coming back at Paul Cook here, but unable to make a move into the Robert chicane at the end of the 2nd lap.
Fabulous red 444 of Chris McGinley and Ian Jones. I guess it's the owner, Chris McGinley, at the moment, being caught by the 2nd Bradley brother. That's Ronan Bradley in the 78. The white car there on our screens, Ronan Bradley. Niall Bradley running 3rd. Ronan is currently running in 9th place. Someone's gone off at the old hairpin. And who is that in the Operation Desert Storm here?
Yeah, is that... yep, and Clark is working his 14th lap, Mayers his 12th, so this is for the 2nd time.
And of course, it's entirely up to the overtaker to find a safe way past the overtakee, not for the overtakee to try to evaporate, which never happens. And into the pits has come Jasper Sapra from 4th place, and that's a change. That's be a 2-car team because Brian Bransom will go out in the orange one, which you can see lurking there in the pit. Coming into the pits then, McGinley to Jones. Got Bradley coming out.
Paul Cook's just coming out as well in the background. So quite a busy pit lane at the moment. One of the 116 is in. The 93 car is in of Johnny Hayes as well.
And Kevin Clark must have gone to the pits, I think.
Yes, he's there.
Yeah, he's on the pits because Jack Smith's taken over the lead effectively.
Which is quite something. There is Kevin Clark back out into the race. So it's exactly where he's filtered in when we get to the end of the lap. And there's the treble 4 car trying to pick its way through.
Yes, that's made it stop now. It'll be in Jones in it, won't it?
So he won't hang about.
He looks a bit more aggressive, doesn't he?
I think we do have a genuine race on our hands.
And here's the leader coming down into the old hairpin then on lap 22.
Oh, Kevin Clark's just done a new best lap of the race, a 1:12.44. He's got the gap down to just over 5 seconds now to the race leader, Jack Smith. 2 leaders together now, Marcus. All of a sudden, the gap has come right down between Jack Smith and Kevin Clark. It was a much slower lap for Jack Smith in the 1:18.
And that was lots of traffic, wasn't it?
And so now, from having a 5-second lead, it's down to 0.6 of a second. The 2 leaders together with 12 minutes to go.
It's an attempt by Kevin Clark in the Liqui Moly car.
It's not worked out
They're
just yet.
still side by side. There's a slower car ahead of them. They're lapping, and he's made it, hasn't he? Yes, he's got himself ahead. That was an interesting manoeuvre, very well executed.
Oh,
That
that's
is
a shame.
444. Oh dear.
Yeah, the car that we're just talking about, Ian Jones and Chris McGinley. Ian Jones getting out of the car though. Oh, and that's the 78 car of Ronan Bradley that stopped out on circuit. That's in 6th position. Is the car getting going again? Looks like it might be. As Clark is heading towards Swanskirk for the final time, Marcus.
As he comes through, accelerates for the final time, slows down to take the checker flag, wave to his crew, no doubt. In the background, you'll see the orange car, Brian Branson. That's going to finish a lap 4th, but 2nd, young Jack Smith, 22 years old. Sim racer on his race debut. What a fabulous run that has been.
Kevin, how was that out there? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy with that?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't as easy as it looks, to be honest with you. I mean, running on the tyres that I chose, which is what I had, to be honest with you, but I knew they were going to take 2 or 3 laps to come in. And then this number 11 car just went straight around the outside of me. I thought, this is going to take some getting back. But I thought, I'll just hang on while my tyres are cold and his tyres are cold. Yeah. We'll both be skating around. And then both our tyres coming together, and I could physically feel that we both just took off all of a sudden. So, yeah, fair play to him for having a go, but I did give him as much room as needed. So, no more, mind.
No more. That's what we like to look. Congratulations. I think they're going to get on with this ceremony. Let's see if we can talk to as many people.
My God.